Ladies, sometimes a righteous man's greatest wounds don't come from his enemies. They come from those closest to him. Joseph could have become bitter. He could have blamed the Most High. He could have decided that righteousness wasn't worth it. Instead, the scripture never records Joseph turning away from the Most High. That's the first lesson.
Check out purposelyhere.com where you will find my self-published book. Purposelyhere.com also has exclusive merchandise for men, women, and kids. Purposelyhere.com is also available on your mobile devices. Stay tuned and enjoy the video.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we continue our study of the great men of Scripture by looking at a man whose name has become almost synonymous with integrity, Joseph. When people think about Joseph, they often remember the coat of many colors, the dreams, or how he became second in command in Egypt. But today, I want us to look deeper than that. What made Joseph great? Was it his position? Was it his wisdom? Was it his success? No. Joseph was already a righteous man long before Pharaoh ever knew his name. The palace didn't make Joseph. The prison revealed Joseph. Ladies, I want you to pay close attention throughout this lesson because Joseph teaches us something that every woman should desire to see in a man. And that is not perfection. That is not wealth. That is not popularity. But in fact, it's integrity. Integrity is who someone is when nobody else is watching. Character isn't proven when life is easy. It's proven when doing the right thing costs you something. Let's begin. Joseph was the 11th son of Joseph and the first son born to Rachel, the wife Jacob loved dearly. Genesis tells us that Jacob loved Joseph more than all his children because he was the son of his old age. He even made him a coat of many colors. Immediately, we see something important. Joseph was favored by his father. Sometimes people think favor protects you from hardship. Scripture teaches otherwise. Being loved didn't keep Joseph from being hated. His brothers despised him. Then the Most High gave Joseph dreams, showing that one day his family would bow before him. Joseph shared those dreams, and instead of humbling his brothers, they hated him even more. Eventually, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers while they were tending the flock. When they saw him coming, they didn't rejoice. They plotted to kill him. Think about that. His enemies weren't strangers. They were his own brothers. Instead of murdering him, they stripped him of his coat and threw him into a pit before selling him to the Ishmaelite merchants traveling to Egypt. Just imagine the betrayal. One moment you're obeying your father. The next moment you're abandoned by your own family. Ladies, sometimes a righteous man's greatest wounds don't come from his enemies. They come from those closest to him. Joseph could have become bitter. He could have blamed the Most High. He could have decided that righteousness wasn't worth it. Instead, the scripture never records Joseph turning away from the Most High. That's the first lesson. A man's faith isn't measured by how he behaves when his life is going his way. It's measured by how he behaves when everything seems to be falling apart. Joseph arrived in Egypt as a slave. Humanly speaking, his life appeared to be over before it had even begun. But the scripture gives us one of the most beautiful statements in Genesis. Yahweh was with Joseph. Don't miss that. Joseph lost his home, he lost his freedom, he lost his family, but he had not lost the presence of the Most High. Sometimes we spend so much time praying for the Most High to remove us from difficult situations that we forget his presence is greater than our circumstances. Joseph was purchased by Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Even as a slave, Joseph worked diligently. He wasn't lazy because his life was unfair. He wasn't careless because he felt overlooked. Everything he touched prospered because the Most High blessed his work. Eventually, Potiphar noticed him. Joseph was placed over the entire household. Notice the pattern. Joseph never chased position. He earned trust. That is how biblical leadership often begins. Not by demanding authority, but by proving yourself faithful where you already are. Ladies, here's something worth paying attention to. Watch how a man handles small responsibilities. If he can't be faithful over little things, why would he suddenly become faithful over greater ones? The Most High often prepares people privately before he promotes them publicly. Joseph's greatest test, however, wasn't slavery. It was temptation. The scripture tells us Joseph was well-favored and goodly to look upon. In other words, Joseph was an attractive man. Potiphar's wife noticed. Day after day, she pursued him to lie with her. Notice this wasn't a one-time temptation. She persisted. She kept asking. She kept pursuing. Joseph had every opportunity to justify giving in. No family was around. No congregation was watching. No one from home would ever know. But listen to Joseph's response. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against Elohim? Genesis 39:9. Notice what Joseph did not say. He didn't say, I might get caught. He didn't say, Potiphar might find out. His greatest concern was offending the Most High. Ladies, this is one of the clearest signs of a righteous man. He doesn't do what's right because someone is watching. He does what's right because the Most High is always watching. That kind of integrity cannot be faked for long. It shows up in every area of life. Joseph didn't flirt with temptation. He fled from it. When Potiphar's wife grabbed his garment, Joseph left it behind and ran. Sometimes people think strength means standing close to temptation without giving in. Joseph teaches us something different. Sometimes strength looks like running. Sometimes wisdom means leaving the room. Sometimes righteousness means walking away even if someone misunderstands you. Joseph lost his garment, but he kept his integrity. Sadly, Potiphar's wife lied about what happened. Joseph was falsely accused and thrown into prison. Think about that. He obeyed the Most High and he suffered. That truth is difficult for many people to accept. Obedience is not a promise that life will always be easy. Sometimes obedience costs you promotions. Sometimes it costs you relationships. Sometimes it costs you opportunities. Joseph lost his freedom because he chose righteousness over pleasure. Before we continue, if this study has encouraged you, take just a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this lesson with someone who wants to understand what the scriptures actually teach. Every like, every comment, every share helps these biblical studies reach more people. Now let's continue. Even in prison, Joseph remained faithful. He didn't become bitter. He didn't stop working. He didn't stop trusting the Most High. The keeper of the prison eventually placed Joseph in charge of the other prisoners because he saw the same faithfulness that Potiphar had seen. Do you notice the pattern still? Whether Joseph was a son, a slave, or a prisoner, his character never changed. Your position changed. His integrity did not. In prison, Joseph interpreted the dreams of Pharaoh's butler and baker, giving all the glory to the Most High. Years later, Pharaoh himself had troubling dreams. Joseph was finally brought before him, standing before the powerful ruler of Egypt. Joseph could have taken credit for his gift. Instead, he answered, "It is not me. Elohim shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace." Joseph understood that every gift came from the Most High. Humility protected him where pride destroys so many others. Pharaoh appointed Joseph over all Egypt. After years of suffering, the Most High elevated him at the appointed time. But perhaps Joseph's greatest moment didn't happen in the palace. It happened when his brothers stood before him? The very men who betrayed him, the men who sold him, the men who believed they had ruined his life, were now standing before the brother they thought they would never see again. Joseph had every earthly reason to seek revenge. Instead, he wept. He embraced them. He forgave them. Then he spoke one of the most powerful statements in all Scripture. But as for you, you thought evil against me, but Elohim meant it unto good. Genesis 50:20. Joseph understood something that many people never learn. People may intend evil. The Most High is still sovereign. Ladies, as we close, I want to leave you with this thought. Joseph wasn't great because he became governor of Egypt. He was great when he was a slave who refused to compromise. He was great when he was a prisoner who remained faithful. He was great when he forgave the people who hurt him. If the Most High blesses you with marriage, don't merely look for a successful man. Look for a man whose integrity survives temptation. Look for a man who fears the Most High more than he fears consequences. Look for a man whose character remains the same whether he's being applauded or overlooked. Because titles can be given, money can be lost, positions can change, but integrity is built over a lifetime of choosing obedience. Joseph left us with an example that true greatness is not found in power. It is found in faithfulness. Thank you all so much for joining me in another study in our Great Men of Scripture series. If this lesson blessed you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone else who desires to grow in the word of the Most High. Until next time, may the Most High continue to give us wisdom, understanding, and hearts that desire to obey him above all. And once again, thank you all for watching. Please check out my website, purposelyhere.com, where you can find all 3 of my self-published books. And until next time, you all stay safe and peace.